Hello everybody! If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 456, The Mysterious Disappearance of Emily Wilson. Part 1. Intermediate. Detective Jameson sat at his desk, sipping his cold coffee, staring at the stack of files in front of him. It had been 3 days since 25-year-old Emily Wilson went missing, and the police were no closer to finding her. The only clue was a cryptic message on her phone. "I'm in danger. Help me." Emily was a bright and ambitious young woman, working as a nurse at the local hospital. She had a loving family and a tight-knit group of friends. Her disappearance had left everyone in shock and desperation. As Detective Jameson began to review the case, he noticed a discrepancy in Emily's alibi for the night she went missing. She had told her friends that she was working a late shift at the hospital, but when Jameson checked with the hospital staff, they claimed she had left early. The detective's curiosity was piqued. He decided to pay a visit to Emily's boyfriend, Alex. Alex was a quiet and reserved man, but Jameson had a feeling that he was hiding something. When he arrived at Alex's apartment, he found him pacing back and forth in the living room. "Can I help you, Detective?" Alex asked, his voice trembling. "I'm investigating Emily's disappearance," Jameson replied. "Can you tell me where you were on the night she went missing?" Alex hesitated before answering. "I was at home, alone. I didn't see or hear anything unusual." Jameson's eyes narrowed. "Can anyone confirm your alibi?" Alex shook his head. "No, I was alone." Jameson thanked Alex for his time and left the apartment, his mind racing with possibilities. He decided to pay a visit to Emily's best friend, Sarah. Sarah was a bubbly and outgoing person, always ready with a smile and a laugh. But when Jameson asked her about Emily's disappearance, her expression turned serious. "I'm so scared, Detective," Sarah said, her voice trembling. "Emily would never just disappear like this. Something must have happened to her." Jameson nodded sympathetically. "I'm doing everything I can to find her. Can you tell me more about Emily's last day?" Sarah thought for a moment before answering. "Emily seemed a bit off that day. She was quiet and distant, and she kept looking over her shoulder like she was being watched." Jameson's ears perked up. "Did she say anything to you about being in danger?" Sarah shook her head. "No, but she did say that she was getting some strange phone calls. She thought it might be a prank, but I told her to be careful." Jameson made a mental note to investigate the phone calls. He thanked Sarah for her time and left, his mind racing with theories. As the days turned into weeks, the police searched for Emily, but she remained missing. The only clue was the cryptic message on her phone, and Jameson was determined to uncover the truth behind it. He spent countless hours reviewing the case, following leads and interviewing witnesses. But the more he learned, the more he realized that nothing was as it seemed. Emily's disappearance was a complex web of secrets and lies, and Jameson was determined to untangle it. Finally, after months of searching, Jameson received a tip that led him to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. He arrived at the warehouse, his heart pounding with anticipation. As he entered the warehouse, he was met with a sight that made his blood run cold. Emily was tied to a chair, her eyes black and blue, her skin pale and clammy. She looked up at Jameson, a mixture of fear and relief on her face. "Thank God you're here," she whispered. Jameson rushed to her side, untied her, and called for backup. As they took Emily to safety, Jameson couldn't help but wonder what had happened to her. Had she been kidnapped or had she run away? The truth was still a mystery, but Jameson was determined to uncover it. As Emily began to recover from her ordeal, she revealed a shocking truth. She had been investigating a series of mysterious deaths at the hospital, and she had stumbled upon a dark secret. The hospital's administrator, Dr. Lee, had been embezzling funds and using the money to cover up a sinister plot. Emily's disappearance was a desperate attempt to escape the danger that was closing in around her. Jameson was relieved that she was safe, but he knew that the case was far from over. He would have to bring Dr. Lee to justice and uncover the truth behind the mysterious deaths. The case was a complex and twisted web of secrets and lies, but Jameson was determined to see justice served. He had solved the mystery of Emily's disappearance, but he knew that the real challenge was only just beginning. Look out for part 2 of the story next. Vocabulary notes. Discrepancy, noun. Definition, a difference or inconsistency between two or more things. Example, he noticed a discrepancy in Emily's alibi for the night she went missing. Similar words, inconsistency, contradiction, difference. Alibi, noun. Definition, a defense or explanation for being somewhere at a particular time. Example, he asked her about her alibi for the night Emily went missing. Similar words, excuse, justification, defense. Trembling, verb. Definition, shaking or quivering with fear or excitement. Example, Alex's voice was trembling as he answered the detective's questions. Similar words, shaking, quivering, shuddering. Bubbly, adjective. Definition, cheerful and lively with a lot of energy. Example, Sarah was a bubbly and outgoing person, always ready with a smile and a laugh. Similar words, cheerful, lively, energetic. Distant, adjective. Definition, not close or intimate, often feeling unapproachable. Example, Emily seemed a bit off that day, quiet and distant. Similar words, aloof, reserved, detached. Cryptic, adjective. Definition, difficult to understand or interpret, often intentionally obscure. Example, the cryptic message on Emily's phone read, "I'm in danger, help me." Similar words, mysterious, obscure, enigmatic. Complex, adjective. Definition, made up of many different and connected parts, often difficult to understand. Example, Emily's disappearance was a complex web of secrets and lies. Similar words, complicated, intricate, multifaceted. Sinister, adjective. Definition, giving an impression of evil or wrongdoing. Example, the hospital's administrator, Dr. Lee, had been embezzling funds and using the money to cover up a sinister plot. Similar words, evil, wicked, malevolent. Embezzling, verb. Definition, stealing or misusing money or property that has been entrusted to one's care. Example, Dr. Lee had been embezzling funds from the hospital. Similar words, stealing, misusing, corrupting. Ordeal, noun. Definition, a difficult or unpleasant experience, often involving suffering or hardship. Example, Emily's disappearance was an ordeal that lasted for months. Similar words, hardship, suffering, struggle. Story written by Leo AI. Image created by Grok 3 AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.